It's interesting how I came to join Patrice and Associates. I have had a long career in marketing and advertising, and at this point, I just knew that I needed a change. It was always on my bucket list to have my own business, and I wanted very badly to come up with a business idea, and I was searching for many ideas on my own where I could do some good for people. I really, really wanted to be able to help people's lives and make money at the same time. So when I found Patrice and Associates, which I found through a franchise consultant who had me take an assessment to determine what I was well suited for, and this really seemed like the perfect opportunity. And when I looked into it, I realized that, this is totally me because I'm really strong at networking. I love marketing. I have helped people with their resumes my entire life. I always think about helping people. I always help to connect people for jobs, and I love doing it. And also, funny enough, my mother was a recruiter, so when the assessment test came back and said, this is what you'd be well suited for, it was no surprise to me. I love working with candidates. That's my favorite part. And I really take my job as a staffing coach very, very seriously. So many of these candidates have really fantastic experience, but they don't know how to express it. They don't know how to tell their stories. I'm particularly good at telling stories given my marketing background. So I work with them a lot in the process to make sure that they are confident walking into an interview, they do really well, and they give themselves the best opportunity for success. When I work with client companies, and I've been fortunate enough to have already signed 3 client companies, when I love working with clients directly because I get to have a distinct understanding of what their needs are, what their nuances are, who they are, what their cultures are like, and it helps me to introduce the very best candidates. So far with the 3 clients I've had and the 5 jobs that I've worked on for clients, I have been able to send them 2 or 3 great candidates, meaning that they are not wasting their time going through lots and lots of resumes of unqualified people. And so far, my clients have selected one of the pool of candidates, and they've all been very strong, so that the clients have had difficult decisions, which is the best thing I could ask for. My training at Patrice blew me away. I just couldn't believe how strong operationally they were, and the reason why I decided to join a franchise and not start my own business, one of the reasons was that operations is not my forte, and I tend to get creative and go off and think that I can invent a better way, and I had to really force myself to listen and learn their structure, and I'm so glad that I accomplished that. I'm so amazed at the training, and the training continues after the first 2 weeks. When I was in Maryland, we all bonded. The group of people I was with bonded together, and then I had a fantastic mentor, and I'm really sad because I'm losing that mentor as of now. I guess I've graduated after this week, but I know that I have so much support through the network and have met so many fantastic people that I know that will continue, and there's tremendous ongoing training. And not only that, the culture of the organization is that everybody works together as a team and helps each other to succeed. So that's really powerful. Everybody wants you to succeed, and that's a really fantastic part of this. So I feel like I've accomplished my goal of having my own business, but I'm also doing better than that because I have a team that I'm working with, and I have a large corporate structure behind me, so it gives me a lot of confidence that I will be successful in what I'm doing. The keys, I think there are a number of keys to being successful in this business. The first is passion. I think you really have to have a passion for what you're doing. You have to love people. You have to love working with them and really want to improve their lives. And you know, my mission to myself was, when I started this, was that I wanted to change 100 lives a year. And I thought that I would need to do that with a team of recruiters, and I put together a pro forma that outlined that. And I do want to develop a team of recruiters, but now I realize that I can change those 100 lives myself, because you talk to so many people, and even if they don't get the jobs, you're coaching and developing. So passion is number one, especially for me. That's what drives me every single day. And you know, also love of business and making business succeed in this industry. One of the things that I love about working with the hospitality industry is that it is such a huge employer in this country. I think it employs 1 out of 3 people. And margins are thin and turnover is high. So I feel like every time I help find somebody a great candidate, I am helping the world. And I really, truly believe that. You know, I think you have to be focused. I think you need to spend the time and be okay with some frustration, because of course that happens. But, you know, every single day, no matter what, I get pumped about the one good thing that happened that day. And there's usually a lot more than one good things, but as long as I have one, which I do every single day, I'm good. The advice I have for new franchisees is to, first of all, connect with your peers, connect with the people that you're in training with, because, you know, I think you'll retain those relationships. I had a great group of people, and I really have grown to love them all. So that's one piece of advice. Another is to not let yourself get too frustrated, not go into negativity in your head. It's really easy in the beginning. It really feels overwhelming. But that ends very quickly. To new franchisees, I can say that you are listening to somebody who is also a pretty new franchisee, and I have in my first couple months, I have made, I got 6 client offers. I got 6 candidate offers with 5 hires and 3 clients. So, you know, I'm very, very proud of that, and I know I can be successful. I knew nothing going into this business, really zero, and if I could do it, you could do it. The clients I've developed so far have come from a number of different sources. We're taught in training that the best source of clients, the number one best source, is references. And I got an amazing client from a reference. That's Tavern on the Green in New York City, and I'm from New York City, and I really wanted an iconic brand. So that was a fantastic one. The first client I got was through the New York Restaurant Association. It was somebody on the board. I attended a cocktail meeting. I never would have signed up for this, but that was a requirement with Patrice and Associates that we sign up for with the Restaurant Association. I figured it was going to be a complete waste of time and money, and it hasn't been, and I'm networking with the Restaurant Association, and I'm talking to a couple of other prospects through that. And then the third was through my personal networking, getting the word out through LinkedIn in terms of what I'm doing, and it just turns out that this random person I know from business had a client who is a young franchise group, It's in the juice space. I love healthy food. I love juices. It's funny because I was targeting juice as a category, and never heard of this company. But anyway, so that's my third client so far, and I love all of them. They're great. My goals with my Patrice business. First of all, I want my money back this year. That's my first goal. I really want to make my money back in year one. I also want to generate at least the income that I was generating in the corporate world, and I was generating very good income. So that's a goal of mine. I want to build a group of recruiters, and just like I really want to help candidates get great jobs, I also want to bring people on board who really, really need this position and are really passionate about it, just like I am. I really want to help people in that way. And I hope to be doing this when I'm 75 years old and living on a beach somewhere.